Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué lo que? Hello, how are you? And hopefully you are having a great day today. So the purpose of this video is to highlight the pros and cons of Boca Chica versus Sosua. If you are at my video, then I assume that you have some history or knowledge about the two places already. So some of the things that I'm going to highlight, we will dive right in. I would say Boca Chica is a more laid back environment, right? So in Sosua, you have the same amount of bars in Boca Chica. However, in addition, you have clubs. So there's a few clubs like Classico, and then you have like a big major casino. So it's a bit more lively. It's more, in my opinion, it's the touristy area is more compact. So it's you don't need to really rent a car or anything like that. It's going to just be there's two main roads, all the action's pretty much just on one, and Classico and the bars are pretty much right there in between. You have a few establishments outside of that, but you can just take 450 pesos during the day, which is I think like a dollar or something, or not even a dollar. 50 pesos during the day, you can take a moto concho pretty much anywhere in Sosua, and I think it's 100 pesos at nighttime, so don't get ripped off, which they will try to. Also, Boca Chica, I would say the beaches are a bit dirtier. When I had my experience in Boca Chica, I was walking on the beach and I actually stepped in poop one evening, and it wasn't a good experience. Also, I had went to go for a swim in the ocean, and with all the kids, there's a lot of locals. It's more of a locals town, I would say. There was a lot of poop like floating in the water. So it wasn't for me. Not to say that there aren't clean beaches and or like a clean area in Boca Chica. When I went, it wasn't what I was used to, and I wasn't comfortable. So in Sosua, it was a lot cleaner. Not so many kids at the beach. I think Sunday is more of a family day where you'll see a lot of the locals go to the beach, which is fine. I personally like to mingle with the locals. I just don't like poopy water. So yeah, it's not for me. Um, and I would say my experience in Boca Chica, usually there's like a set of resorts, well, hotels right along the ocean. And at these hotels, there, in my experience, there was a lot of mosquitoes, which I did not experience in Sosua. I don't even really remember being bit by a mosquito in Sosua. Not to say that it can't happen. I'm sure it does. Obviously, it's right there by the water. You're in the tropics. But Boca Chica was pretty bad. I remember like a plethora of mosquitoes always like just floating around, being even in the hotel room. So it was yeah, it was interesting. I felt like I was always constantly sprayed up with mosquito spray. For me, Sosua is just a more comfortable experience. It's you have your expats that live there, then you also have your locals. So it's a lot of like older, retired people living there. But then you have your guys that come down from New York or Atlanta and different parts of the U.S., Canada, Europe, and they party and they have a good time. And I would say if your purpose of coming down to one of these two places is women, again, this is just an informational video. Not an expert at this, and I'm not saying it's good reason to travel or bad reason to travel. If you traveled for the purposes of women, then I personally would say go to both places. Both places have their pros and cons. Personally, Sosua would be my preference if that was the reason for traveling, because I think there's more of a diversity, just there's more. I think there's more women there, and so yeah, it's there, and it'll smack you in the face. It's not literally, but just your senses. It'll be sensory overload when you first get there, and it's really like an adult playground. I mean, it's amazing. Great beaches, great women, pretty decent restaurants, and it's quite compact. So get you a Presidente, the beer that everyone likes down there. Sit at one of the bars, and eventually all the women will make their rounds. So Boca Chica's a bit different, but similar. I almost could see how maybe Boca Chica used to be that hot spot for it, but Me personally, I would say Sosua is. Not to say that I don't recommend Boca Chica. I recommend both. However, Sosua, especially if it's your first time, definitely go to Sosua. So, yeah, the pros about Boca Chica, though, I would say definitely its proximity to Santo Domingo, the capital, which is excellent. So if you're coming down, you can just travel over there. It's about a 45-minute drive away, and it's a very nice city to go and visit. And if you're thinking about a family trip, I would say families, please just go to Punta Cana. Do yourself a favor, go to Punta Cana. If you like, they have probably, in my opinion, the best beaches on the island. The Hard Rock Resort and Casino is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's if you really like to mingle with the locals, they still have a heavy. They have just outside of there in Friusa is it's a locals area, and you can intermingle and talk to them. Very nice people. So I would say Sosua and Boca Chica is okay for families, but it's not ideal or optimal. It's more so for I would say single guys or even maybe even couples, but I would say definitely single guys. So yeah, let's leave it at that. All right, guys. Thank you for watching my video, and if you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe, and yeah, have an awesome day. Bye.